Understand a very important and very difficult task for us to do. How do we transcend that? That is what we are going to discuss in today's session. Energy is called Anala and it recognizes the Ana, or the prana within himself or herself. Desiring nature in the seekers after liberation. So he has to do the removal of this desire nature within us. Pure minded devotees. So once the desire element is left us, then the mind is pure and there is another level of want in us. Attain the supreme values of life, levels of our desires, it seems like, from these names. And he is fulfilling whatever we want. Sometimes we want material things, material benefits, success and so on. He is fulfilling that also, so that we are done with the desire in a way. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting vlog number 31 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is the painting that follows the principle of calligram or micrography. 1000 names of Sri Vishnu that is being painted. While the painting is going on, I'm also trying to understand the names, getting deeper into the meanings with the help of different storylines from Sanatana Dharma or some scriptures, for example, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita or Shrimad Bhagavadam and so on. And the same is also being shared with you via these weekly vlogs. We have already covered names up to 290 in the previous videos. If you haven't looked at it, please do check them out. It will be very helpful because I keep referring to the previous videos all the time. 291 through 300 is what we are going to cover in terms of the names today and their meanings. But along with that, we are going to understand a very important and very difficult task for us to do. What is that? Transcending KΑMA, transcending desire or urge, you can say, or want for higher pleasures. How do we transcend that? That is what we are going to discuss in today's session. Without much ado, let's get on to today's names and the meanings, starting with 291. That is Om Pavanaya Namaha. That refers to one who is the purifier. We need the purifier, because we are going to transcend KΑMA today. Yes, 292nd name is Om Pavanaya Namaha. This is one who cases all the movement, one who covers in terms of all the movement. He is the one engaging all of us. And 293rd name is Om Analaya Namaha. This means the Jivatma is called Anala because it recognizes the Ana or Prana as himself. So he is within that Jivatma, that is a life, you can say a life energy, is called Anala, and it recognizes the Ana, or the prana within himself or herself. And where is that? Where is that energy sitting within? It's in our own Anala, the prana itself, isn't it? We have tested this in our vlog number 29. We have done this ourselves, the Omkara. So the 294th name is Om Kamagne Namaha. This refers to one who destroys the desire, nature, desiring nature in the seekers after liberation. So he has to do the removal of this desire nature within us. That is the meaning of Kamagne Namaha. 295th name is Om Kamakrite Namaha. This refers to one who fulfills the wants of pure-minded devotees. So once the desire element is left us, then the mind is pure and there is another level of want in us. We cannot define it as desire, but there is another level of want in us, and that is fulfilled by Lord Vishnu. 296th name is Om Kantaya Namaha. That refers to one who is extremely beautiful. 297th name is Om Kāmaya Namaha. Refers to one who is sought after by those who desire to attain the supreme values of life. He is sought after by those who desire to attain the supreme values of life. So they are transcending the desire as we know it to reach him. 298th name is Om Kama Pradaya Namaha. That refers to one who is liberally fulfilling the desires of his devotees. So there is different levels of our desires, it seems like, from these names, and he is fulfilling whatever we want. Sometimes we want material things, material benefits, success and so on. He is fulfilling that also, so that we are done with the desire in a way. So it's not that pulling us off everything and plugging us out of everything. He is fulfilling those material desires also at different levels, and so that we are stopping to desire at one point for all the material elements and go closer to the consciousness that he is in. And 299th name is Om Prabhave Namaha. That refers to one who suppresses all or consummates, in a way. 300th name. The 300th name is Om Yugadikute Namaha. Om Yugadikute Namaha. One who is the cause of periods of time like Yuga. This is something we will touch base on in the coming video, vlog number 32 as well. So with that, we come to the end of the 10 names here. Now we are ready to move on to understand how do we transcend karma, the desire. For that, we need the help of Bhagavad Gita. I need the help of Bhagavad Gita, and let's go into that right away. I'm in Canto number 4, verse 19, and Canto number 4 essentially is transcendental knowledge. So it is really pointing to transcending something, and we are going to focus on the verse relating to transcending karma. I will read the verse first. Yashya sarve samarambaha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddhaha or buddhaha. This means Yashya, one who survey all sorts of samarambam is an attempt, samarambaha is a plural, attempts, karma based on desire of sense gratification, sankalpa determination, varjitaha points to devoid of, jnana of perfect knowledge, agni by the fire, dagda burned, karmanam to work, tam him, tam ahu him declare, panditam learned, buddhaha those who know. Let's read it together here. This particular verse points to whose undertakings are completely free of the hankerings after desires. Those actions have been burnt up in the wisdom's fire. Him the wise call a Pandit. So, who's called a Pandit? Who's referred to as the Pandit? And I think while we are discussing the names itself, we came to a clue of that. So, there are different levels of desires that a human has, and he is also, when we talked about the name Kama Pradaya Namaha, he is the one who liberally fulfills the desires of his devotees at different levels, isn't it? So the material desires, what we sought after, everything gets done, and then he, if we go in the reverse, then he is the Kamagne who destroys the desiring nature itself. Not completely devoid of the desires, but the desires itself get qualified in that manner that we are called Pandits. Yeah. So they are the ones that are completely, they have burnt their desires, the material desires here they refer to, into the fire. And what is the fire? It's not like, putting fire and then throwing all your desires. What is the fire? It's the fire that is called knowledge, wisdom, and that's where it's all gone into. So how do we transcend desire? Essentially, if you have to put it in simple terms, transcending karma, the simple tip is that really our knowledge is going to lead us towards transcending desire. The more knowledgeable we are, the more we will see that, this is of no use. Maybe momentarily it will give me the pleasure, but it doesn't help in the long run. So you tend to move out of all these desires. Is that an easier thing to do? There are a few other aspects to desire. Desire doesn't come with, just one thing. There are a few other aspects to it. I need further help, and I'm going to go into Canto number 5, verse 23 and 26. Let's read on that first. Yeah. Shaknoti haiva yaha shodhum praksharira vimokshanat kama krodha bhavam vegam sa yuktaha sa shukhi naraha. So kama is not coming alone, it comes with something else. Let's look at the meaning. Shaknoti is able, iha eva in the present body, yaha one who, shodhum to tolerate, prak before, sharira the body, vimokshanat giving up, kama desire, krodha anger. Desire doesn't come alone, remember? There is something called anger also, we deal with it when our desires do not get fulfilled. Udbhavam, generated from, vegam, urges, the speed. Yes, everything we want it now. Within 10 minutes delivery, isn't it? Saha, he, yuktaha, in trance, saha, he, shukhi, happy, naraha, human being. Who's the happy human being? One who has anger, desire? It's very difficult. Let's read on the meaning here. So, he who is able to withstand the urges of lust and anger in this very life before the body drops off is the very important point, because if you're losing everything just 10 minutes before you're going to, move on, pass on, what help is it going to be? Yeah. So, he who is able to withstand the urges of lust and anger in this very life before the body drops off, he alone is said to be pious, and he alone is going to possess this forever lasting happiness. He is the naraha, or the human being that's going to possess what? Forever lasting happiness. There is another sloka as well, from verse as well, that we are going to look at, because that's also talking about that. In the same canto number 5, verse is 26. Let's read on. Kama krodha vyuktanam yatinam yata chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate Viditatmanam. This means Kama refers to the desires, Krodha, the anger, Vimuktanam, of those who are liberated, Yatinam, of the saintly persons, Yata Chetasam, who have full control over the mind, Abhitaha, assured in the near future, Brahma Nirvanam, liberation in the supreme Vartate is there. Vidatat Manam, that means of those who are self-realized. So, one should be free from fear. There is also another element now added. We talked about anger. Now, the third, of course, fear also comes along with it. When our desires don't get fulfilled, there is anger, there is fear, there are so many things. Yeah, fear, anger, and material desires are to be under control. So let's read on the meaning that is written here in this book. The sage who is free of desire and ire, who has subdued his mind, who has realized the self, verily attains nirvana, a forever mergence in the Brahma and the all-pervading existence, replete with bliss and consciousness. So this is the way to transcending karma. How does one control? That is so difficult. There is a very simple principle. The basics that we start with. We start somewhere, isn't it? It's a very difficult task, I agree. To let go of the desire means letting go of anger. That means letting go of the fear as well. Oh my God, how many things will I let go and transcend? And how difficult is it? We start with a very simple procedure. What is that? A pranayama. We discussed the Omkara in one of our vlogs. Please do check that out, and I am sure it is vlog number 29, where we talked about Omkara and the way we can take the in-breath and out-breath with a sound that could help us manifest the mantra in us. Yeah, that could be a very simple step to start with for us to do the pranayama, very simple way, and have the control over a very simple thing that is possible within us, which is the breath. When the breath is under control, slowly and steadily, one day we will start losing one by one of these little enemies that we have sitting within us, the material desire, the anger, and the fear. How does that sound? Maybe it sounds difficult. That is okay. But just promise yourself that, does it really help you having that fear? Does it really help you having anger all the time? Does it really help you with all these things? You can be the better version of yourself when you can let go of all these things. Think about it. And all we have to do is start with a nice in-breath and nice out-breath. And maybe try the Omkara from block 29. So that is the simple starting process for transcending karma, transcending desire. I hope you found this very interesting. Please do share your thoughts or your experience with the process of letting go of desire, anger, and fear. More the merrier. Let's discuss this topic. Until we meet in the next session, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated. Thank you. Bye-bye.